Hey everyone, today is October 13th. Hope you all had a relaxing weekend. Welcome to Market Wave. Before we get started, I just wanted to let you know this is not a financial advice, so please make sure to do your own research before you trade with us. We are on Discord. Please find that Discord link on our description. We provide stock options, different alerts, and during the market, all the market commentary. Also, we provide economic data information, earning calendar information, and then year after earning, what's the outcome of it. We try to provide as much information as we can to help you better trader. So let me get started. I'm gonna pull the SPX. As you can see, I zoomed out for you guys. I'm on a daily candle. I drew sometime in April time frame, this trend line, and then made it a little better when it's sometime in August or around that. So as you can see, my trend line, I kind of started with the very low on the October time frame. Then we got a little bit deep on the August, and then we saw a little bit red days on sometime in September's, and now we are back to October. But as you can see, the trend line, this stock is or this index is keep moving further up and up, right? It will, of course, it will stay within this trend line. As long as it stay within this trend line, I have no issues on that. Let me zoom in a little bit to show you what other things, what I was looking at it. So as you can see, we were at the time we saw the during the time around here on a past few days, the SPX was keep trying to stay above 5700. Here's my 5700 line. Is you can see it, right? It will be how many days? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 13 13 straight days. It was keep trying to stay above 15700. What it gives in the information, it gave me information that 5700, the it's look much better. As long as it holds that, it is looking much better. At that day, I know the Monday was a bit of a rough in last week, as we saw a little bit dip on the first day of our true first week of October, because the week before that was a little bit of, between September and October mix. But then we had a CPI, PPI both data. It was Tuesday. We saw that it started pumping up back to 5750. Of course, we were watching that should stay above 5750. And then right before the CPI, it pumped up all the way to the 5790. And then on the CPI day, it was kind of around, up and down, but it was still holding 5770. And then on a PPI, we saw that it was pushing it hard. I told you guys that, I do see that SPX is trying to break above 5800. Of course, I was a bit busy, so I didn't get a chance to get in, but you saw the clear move 5800. It was keep going up and up. So after that, it was kind of keep telling me that we are in the correct moment. So that's a few things about SPX. Let's look at QQQ. We saw the QQQ last week, and I'll go in a daily candle again. QQQ, we saw that 480 level was keep holding it so far. 483 is much better for us to keep an eye on it. And we bought 491 sometimes that day, and 493 493 one as well. 495 it didn't work for us, but as you can see, QQQ, as long as it holds here, something like around 493 level, and stays there, or 490, if it's go above 495, I can totally see 500 is coming. is the next target. After that, it will go to the 504, then 513, 521. I'm seeing that QQQ will continue run as long as the tags are a bit stronger. This week we have a little bit of earnings starting with Netflix, so keep an eye on that. QQQ will kind of rely on those as well. Just wanted to kind of give you guys a little bit of heads up here there. So I keep like somewhere around 8 different stocks on my chart all the time. Some of them stays always, some of them's like goes up and down. So we saw that Apple closed somewhere around 227.55 or 227.33 depending on that day. It closed around that. As long as it closes or it crosses about 229, I feel like it, as you can see, 228.98, but here and there 229. I see that Apple will continue run to 237 and by later of the year. If you're Apple's favorite Apple stock person, it's I personally like to hold Apple stocks. I do have quite many Apple stocks in my portfolio. It's that stock will continue grow and grow, and it will continue give you a good dividend. And once it's split, it's good to have it. Apple earnings, sometimes, let's see, I feel like Apple earnings are sometime in earning or somewhere in November, so keep an eye on that one. But I see that Apple can go to 233 pretty soon if it's continue moving up. We saw that back in September or first day of October, and then it went down. Then it went to all the way to the 221 level, but now it's back to 227-ish. About 229 is better to buy the calls. Let's go to the next. The next is, I'm gonna go with Amazon. Again, let me go to the daily candle. Amazon, I like Amazon about 184. We traded around 180 for 185 call because we saw that it's 180 level is continue holding quite many times. As you can see, multiple times it holds 180 level. We saw that, we bought the 185 call. It worked out pretty well. So the Amazon one, if you like that Amazon, I would wait for to go about 190 for 195 call, or maybe 200 for a few weeks out. Amazon, I personally like to stay a week or 2 weeks out. 200 is a very major level to break. If it's go about 200, then it can run to another 20 points for sure. Earning is coming, as you can see. It's on October 24th, so please make sure that you guys can keep an eye on that earning. Don't trade too hard on Amazon. If you buy after 23rd or that week's expiry, you may pay a little bit more premium because the premiums are going to include that it will be include some of the volatility around that we always see right before the earnings on Amazon's. So premiums are always high. What's next? Let's talk about Crowd. This is the one I missed out last week, and I feel bad about it because it was I was eyeing on that one. We bought the stock around 290. I think we bought a few days ago, but I do see Crowd pretty good. Now it's about 300 level, because 300 to 304 level, I've kind of kept it as more of a, I would say, supply zone. Now it turned into demand zone. So as long as Crowd can hold 322 level, which you can see it's close around 320. If it's close, If it's crossed about 322, next is coming 335 or 332, 342, 360. It will do much better. I would say last I would like to see, crowd 313 if it's dipped. Right at the 313 we should kind of wait on that one, or wait about 322 to get the call. And as you can, sorry, I was gonna zoom out. As you can see, a couple of days ago we drew that trend line, and it broke the trend line. Now that I can see, if it's we won't, it will be pretty good stock holding perspective as well. We can see 400 sometime soon as well. But that's about crowd. Let's go to next. What else? Let's go to Meta. Meta was rough this week, or I meant to say last week. We saw on Monday, because past on a Thursday and Friday, Meta was running pretty good. So I was expecting Meta to continue momentum, as I saw the two great candles on that Meta. 600 level, again, it's a psych level. When I say psych level, some of those, those numbers 600, 500, sometimes, it's hard to break in a one shot. We saw that it started very fast. It moved to all the way to 604, and then it started coming back. We bought the call when it came back. Again, this is daily candle, so you don't see it, but it came back to 594. It started to go above again. We bought that. At one point calls were going, but then it started to coming down. We sold with the stop loss at 588, because 588, if it's go below, I knew that 583 coming, and we saw that day. I didn't want to hold it. Next day it tried to go above, but it couldn't break 594. As you can see, then it's between 583 to 594 now. It closed around 589, which is good. As long as it holds above 588, I'm good. We can see 600 sometimes this week if it's continue. Once 600 close, once it breaks about 600, it can go to 608, 630 will come as well. Of course, there are multiple stops in between, but I would keep an eye on Meta this week. Earning is coming at the end of the October, so please keep an eye on that. If you try to buy stock or options around earnings, I usually don't trade earnings and lottos, because it's like 50-50 chance. I like to have a little bit more probability on winning versus taking a 50-50. So that's about Meta. Let's go to Nvidia. Let's see. Let's go to Nvidia. So this one was pretty good. We did pretty good trades on this. I'm still holding the 135 call, which is not expiring this week. It's expiring 25th. We know that earning is all the way in November 14, so we still have plenty of time to trade if you want to trade few weeks out on Nvidia. So Nvidia, we bought 130 calls when we traded on Monday, or actually we traded somewhere here to 125 call, then we rolled up to 130. I kept that call, we sold that, and then we bought the 135 call. That even we sold, and now I have 135 call expiring not this week but next week now. As long as Nvidia stays above 133, we can see and if once it moves above 136, or more likely 140, I would say, it will, mm, yeah, it will go to 145, 150, 154 level. Again, the key is to hold 133, then go to 136. It should stay 136 and then move to 140 and then keep it moving. So that's the key to keep an eye on NVIDIA. As I posted earlier today about the earning calendar, we saw ASML, kind of chips related stock to kind of keep an eye. It may not impact too much on NVIDIA, but sometimes you never know. Nowadays, I usually kind of keep an eye on it to make sure that we do have we don't load too much, because of one to another it kind of impacts over there. TSM as well is one other stock's earning coming, so I don't want it to kind of hold too much on NVIDIA. We'll keep in light positions on NVIDIA because if things goes here and there, we don't know. What's next? SMCI is pretty good. You can see, I'll go on daily candle. SMCI, you can see that it's holding 46 level. As long as it's hold 46 level, it closed somewhere around 47.80. Once it goes to 48, it will continue move towards up. It will go to 50 and then to 54. Make sure if you are trading SMCI, we do have that call for expiring this week. So if you're holding, keep an eye on 40. I would say 43.50, and then 40 is the level to watch. If it's closed below 40, I don't like it. We have earning coming end of this month as well on SMCI, so make sure again, these stocks also move along with the chip stocks are running, so keep an eye on it. The last two I have it. Tesla, very, very, very very unpredictable. We saw that event. Alan launched few things: Robotaxi, RoboVan, Autobot, which is robots, and they are gonna start taking orders maybe sometime 2026 or 20 and launching coming out in 2026 or 2027. This stock, if you're holding stock, we bought the 224 level because we know that 224 level to hold. Of course, it didn't hold 224 level. It went to 217. Still not worried, as long as it doesn't fall below 170, which is the level that I kind of last time I had that as in stocks. When I bought that, it was pretty good. I bought that 170 and I sold it somewhere around 220-ish range. Last stock lot that I had. This time I bought a 224 level. Once things goes moving on the Tesla side, it will continue move back to 224 level first to reclaim, then 233 or 232, then 240, 240, 240, 242 is another level to look an eye on it. 250 to 60 and 270 is the level that's a major level. As you can see, some of my blue levels are some of my major levels that I kind of kept it eye on Tesla. If you wanted to trade quickly, make sure that 212 is holding. As long as 212 is holding, we are good. If it doesn't hold 212, back to 207 to 200 and 195. So that to keep an eye on Tesla. Let's go to another stock. few of the folks asked me to keep an eye on Palantir. So Palantir, let's look at that. Palantir, I have this one as trend line as well. Let me show you guys. If I can zoom out, you see I drew the trend line sometime in July August time frame. It broke above trend line, which is great. Stock usually should stay in this level. It could have reached 45 ish sometime in next year, if you can see that my trend line things, or even before that, right? Yeah, but this one broke trend line here last month, so which is good. I don't mind when stock is continue pumping up. So this stock I kind of kept 39 is my level. As long as it holds 39, then and next stop is 41.50, and then I would say 43.50 is another level. So then it's 45, 44 or 45. Those are the level that I would like to kind of make sure that it's close about that. 44 was the last big level that in the first year Palantir was right around earning, or right around the first meeting, it pumped up to all the way to 44. So I keep telling folks who is holding Palantir, I do have some runners left on the stocks. I bought at 24 at 24 and keep selling few, and now I have runners at 44. Now I'll keep those runners because you never know if stocks can go to 50, 54 sometime soon. But as you can see, as long as this stock close about 44 and 45 is like more of a supply zone that I kind of keep it. The dollar kind of go up and down. Once it kind of go about 45, we have clear run about 450. When I say about 45, stock has to go close about 45, and then it should hold that level. Once it holds the level, the more and more they kind of keep the base out around 45, it can go to 50. You will never see the stock, and let me do the drawing. Let me see if I can draw something for you guys. So stocks should oops, sorry. Ooh, I don't like this. Stock should look like this. It doesn't go straight line. It should perfect. Stock should look like this. Of course, I'm not very good at drawing, but you guys pretty much understood. It should come down a little bit, retest those major levels, then go above, then retest the major levels, then go above. As long as it does that, it's pretty good. That is for any stock, not for Palantir. I'm just kind of wanted to show you guys for Palantir. This day, 20 September, we saw the huge volume. Do you see that? This volume is pretty huge, which is I like it. I think that's when the trend line it was trying to reclaim the 37, and then it was basing around that, and then it started moving up. So that's about the Palantir. But overall, some of you guys have been keep asking that, hey, how do you guys kind of keep the stop loss, and when do you guys sell it? How do you guys figure it out those? So please guys try to join our upcoming um, weekend sometime in 19 or 20. We'll kind of let you guys know either one day. We are going to have the next session where we can talk furthermore about this uh, education perspective, when to sell, when to keep the SL, when to buy as well. Anyway, that's all about it. Thank you guys. Have a good night. We'll see you guys tomorrow.